Eva Green, wildest moments from high battle as star wins her case. Eva Green has won her court case over her £810,000 acting fee for a movie that never got made. The French star was due to play a soldier in the Patriot, but it didn't get made. And she sued White Lantern Film, saying she was owed her money. However, the UK-based production company countersued and said the Casino Royale actor had derailed the sci-fi project with her unreasonable demands and had expectations that were incompatible with the budget. On Friday, the 28th of April, Mr. Justice Michael Green ruled in Green's favour, saying she was entitled to the fee. The case ran for several days earlier this year, with the actor giving evidence and some of her private messages being revealed. At one stage, it emerged that Green referred to producer Jake Seal as pure vomit. She was also said to have called him evil and described him as a devious sociopath. Seal said he'd only met the actor face-to-face once and had no idea she had all this vitriol towards me. Green was also said to have described the potential crew as peasants. A barrister said that in exchanges with her agent and the film's director, Green claimed Seal was planning to make a cheap B-movie and described local crew members as peasants, from Hampshire. The screen star said she would be working with people who are not experienced under Seal's proposals. Peasants, said the barrister, asking if that should be interpreted as inexperienced. I have nothing against peasants, the actor replied, saying she didn't want to work with a substandard crew. Likely to combust. A movie financier said the actor was described as volatile and likely to combust ahead of the film's collapse in 2019. Alistair Burlingham said he formed the impression that Green had become increasingly hard, if not impossible, to manage during pre-production. My impression was that Ms. Green's demands were grandiose and more appropriate to a James Bond film than a $5 million budget independent film from a first-time British director. And possibly born out of a misguided effort to provide executive producing services when she should have simply been preparing for her role, he said. However, the star denied she wasn't prepared to go ahead with the project, saying in written evidence, "In the 20 years that I have been making films, I have never broken a contract or even missed one day of shooting." Blaming her Frenchness, Green hit the headlines when she addressed the way she'd said some of the things she had said about people working on the project. The star, 42, suggested it was to do with where she was from, blaming it on her Frenchness. At one stage the High Court was told that Green suggested pretending to be in hospital if she was called to make the film. Max Malin KC, for White Lantern, said the actor was so concerned about what would happen if she were expressly called upon to perform that she had suggested her agent invent a story about Ms. Green being hospitalized. The court was told the message read, "If they come back to you and say they're going to go ahead with the movie, what can we say? Could we say this situation has made me ill over the weekend? We could say I had to go to hospital as I had a serious rash all over my body?" However, Edmund Cullen KC, for The Star, said she had been subjected to a character assassination. Judge finds in Green's favor. Finding in Green's favor, Mr. Justice Michael Green said it was not part of some unlawful conspiracy or deceit. He said the extremely unpleasant things the star said about Seal and the crew was born from a genuine feeling of concern that any film made under Mr. Seal's control would be of very low quality and would not do justice to a script that she and the former directors were passionate about. Discussing Seal's time in the witness box, he added, "I have to say that, having heard him give evidence, I can see how it might be possible to take an instant dislike to him. In giving evidence he was at times patronizing, sarcastic and denigrating." The judge also said Green was in some senses a frustrating and unsatisfactory witness. He said he understood the torment it must have been for her to have private messages revealed. But he added that some of her explanations for the language she used and the feelings she expressed, such as they were down to her Frenchness, were not credible or adequate. Additional reporting from PA.